Today, we're going to be taking a look at this Dirk Nowitzki build, which is an amazing stretch big build on NBA 2K24. And as always, I will be showing the animations and the jump shot I was using on this build. And with all that out of the way, man, let's get started with today's video. Let's go. All right, so with this build, we're going to be going with the power forward position, height 7 foot, weight 225 pounds with a 7 foot wingspan. Now, starting things off in the finishing, we're going to have a 92 close shot, which gets you hook specialist on Hall of Fame, 80 driving layup, which is going to get you slithery on silver, as well as a bunch of really good layup packages, which include Nikola Jokic and Domantas Sabonis if you are starter 3. Then moving on to the dunk, we have a 45 driving dunk and a 75 standing dunk. Dirk Nowitzki wasn't the craziest dunker in the world, especially later on in his career, so we didn't want to put standing contact dunks on this build. And then for the post control, we went with a 92 to get us post spin technician, dream shake on Hall of Fame, as well as unpluckable on gold. And with Dirk Nowitzki being a very dominant post up player, we wanted to make sure we could replicate that as much as possible on this build. And now let's get to these finishing highlights right here. Gonna drive, go up with that Nikola Jokic floater animation, and it is going in without an issue. And look at this again, man. We are using all of the Dirk Nowitzki animations that we could use on this build. Look at this shot fake up and under, going straight to the basket for the open lay. Right here, contested floater again, and one, 23% contested. It does not matter. Now take a look at this shot fake up and under again. What's he jumping for? You got to stay on your feet, my boy. You got to stay on your feet now. You know, man, you can actually be really good out of the post on this build. Look at this right here, driving baseline, going with the floater. That's gonna be it open, and it goes in. The layups on this build are fantastic. And then look at this in the post. They try to put the guard on me. It's an easy bump, turn around, do the hook, and it's going in without a problem. Now look at this. This is probably the craziest one I got. Go baseline, go up at the floater, 3 people jump, we acrobat out of it, and it's an open layup, and it goes in. But now moving on to the shooting, we're going to have a 93 mid-range shot, which gets you catch and shoot on Hall of Fame, Midi Magician Hall of Fame. And since we have our mid-range upgraded, we also get badges like Open Looks Hall of Fame, Blinders, Deadeye on Gold. And then since we have our post control upgraded, we're gonna have Post Fade Phenom on Hall of Fame, which is absolutely essential for a Dirk Nowitzki build. And then when it comes to the three-pointer, we have an 85, which gets us limitless range on bronze. And then we also have Claymore corner specialist on gold on this build. So whether it's a spot up shot, whether it's off the dribble, out of the post, you're gonna be a knockdown shooter on this build, just like Dirk, who's one of the best shooters ever. But now let's get on to these shooting highlights, and this is where we're going to be spending most of our time with this build. And again, we were using a jump shot that had the Dirk Nowitzki upper releases. So part of my field goal percentage in some of these clips, it took a little bit of an adjustment period to get used to these animations, but overall they weren't that bad. Dirk Nowitzki release has a very high release point to it. It's got good defensive immunity as well. And look at this heat check, step back to the left, overdose, and it's going in without a problem. And that's the one really good thing with heat check in this game, is that once you get it, you can kind of just shoot whatever, which makes it a lot more fun for these like pure shooter, pure stretch big type of build, because then once you get that heat check, again, you can just shoot whatever. A step back from 3, a fade from 3, a limitless from 3, limitless fade from 3, contested threes. Those are all now available shots that you could take once you have heat check. And it's almost gotten to the point to where I kind of want to redo the 2K19 stretch big video that I did a couple of weeks ago, because once again, the builds, the pure shooting builds just enter a different plane, a different tier when you have heat check. There is a level of BS shots that you can hit as soon as you get heat check that you cannot do otherwise. And it's crazy to me that an affiliation perk that you get for hitting multiple shots in a row is more powerful than the takeover itself. I genuinely think, and most people would probably agree, that heat check is more broken in this game than sharp shooting takeover. And again, man, it just takes this build to a whole different level. And as you can see right here, sharp take, heat check, we're spotting up from deep behind the hash. We're not getting the ball here for some reason, but now we're about to get it right here. Power forward kicks it out to me. If I'm spotting up from that far, it means I can hit from that far, which means you gotta hit me right there. Right here, spotting up left corner once again, catch fire. That's going in without an issue. But now let's talk about the jump shot I was using in today's video. Base is going to be Michael Porter Jr. Release 1, Dirk Nowitzki. Release 2, Franz Wagner. It's a 94 to 6% blend, so it's mainly Dirk Nowitzki, but we added just a little bit of Franz Wagner just to increase the speed of the shot just a little bit. And for my people that are starter 3, you could probably also do this combination with the Chris Bosh base instead of Michael Porter Jr., but this is an option for people that are not starter 3 just yet. And now moving on to the playmaking. Now this is going to be a pretty bare bones part of this build. You're just going to have a 75 pass accuracy, which gets you silver break starter, a 42 ball handle, which we would like to go just 40, but the 42 goes up because of the post control. And then we're going to have a 40 speed with ball, which gets you the normal dribble style. That's one of the most important things you're going to want to have on this build, is that normal dribble style and the normal animations, because the normal hezzy is what you need to do like the same hand speed boost and the speed boost out of the triple threats that you guys see me do in every single video. But now moving on to the playmaking clips, and there are not too many on this build. But right here, cut to the basket, somebody drops, we kick it out to the corner, and it's a wide open assist right here off the rebound, kicking it out on the break to the power forward who is leaking on the break, which, I mean, hey, please just never do that ever. No, I'm actually kidding. So when it comes to power forwards running the break, I'm actually okay with it as long as I'm not struggling to secure the rebound. That's a whole separate conversation for a different day. Here were all the playmaking animations that I was using on this build. Again, we're using pretty much all the Dirk Nowitzki animations possible. Obviously, the jump shot and the dunk style was not Dirk Nowitzki, but that's just what I named those animations. But I showed the jump shot already, and the dunk style, there wasn't a whole lot. All right, so now moving on to the defensive rebounding, we're going to have an 82 interior defense to get you post move lockdown on silver. That's definitely going to help down low in the paint, especially if you're going up against centers that like to do drop steps and things of that nature in the paint. Then moving on to the perimeter defense, we have a 68, which I believe gets you off ball pest on silver, if I'm not mistaken. Now for the block, we have a 77, which gets us bronze anchor. Offensive rebound is going to be 72, and the defensive rebound is going to be an 85, which gets you rebound chaser on silver as well as box out beast on gold. Although Dirk Nowitzki was 7 foot tall, he was not the greatest rebounder ever. I don't think there was actually a single season where he averaged more than 10 rebounds a game, so he was always in that 8 to 9 area. So I didn't think it was necessary to go all the way up to gold rebound chaser on this build. All right, so now let's move on to those defensive highlights. And listen, you're going to be able to stop people out of the post. You are going to be able to get chase down blocks. Look at this right here, slapping it off of the glass like it's nothing, like it's my ball right here. Post up again, drop steps, hands up defense, and it's a red contested shot. Like if you're going up against somebody that likes to drop step, that silver post move lockdown is going to get a lot done for you. Right here, goes up with the layup, and it's denied again, and that's just bronze anchor. It's absolutely insane. All right, so here is the build fully maxed out. Now just a couple things here. Once again, speed, acceleration are maxed. 86 strength, which gets you back down punisher on gold, which is actually very nice to have on a build that posts up a lot. And then here is the interesting thing with this build. We ended up going with only a 60 vertical. It actually surprised me at how well it performed. And with that being said, I think on most of my big man builds where I don't go for standing contact dunks and I do just do a bronze anchor type of build, I'm probably just going to go 60 vertical. I don't think you need much more than that. I was genuinely surprised with how well it defended the paint when you have bronze anchor. Like we got some really good blocking animations. Now, obviously, if you go up to higher levels of anchor, if you go up to silver anchor, you should probably get the 80 vertical for the chase down artist on gold, but that's a whole different conversation. But now this build is complete. You come out of the My Player builder, you get shades of Chris Bosh, Bobby Portis Jr., and Karl Anthony Towns, and you're going to get the build name. I really hate that this is the build name that I get for like almost 90% of the builds that I make. I hate that the build name stretch forward is no longer a thing in this game. But that's it for today's video. I'm out, man. Peace.